Okay, we're just gonna roll right into this. Good evening, everybody. I'm Steve. This is Macabre Art Tales. I'm gonna do things a little differently in this episode. Episode 3, I'm gonna do it a little differently than I've done in the past couple episodes. Just going to sort of lay out a commentary while all this art madness plays out. This is a speed drawing in front of you right now. I'm doing Pennywise from It. And I did this right after seeing the first chapter in the theaters when it first came out, and I wanted to do something kind of cool. Little special effect artwork, little hidden surprise. You'll get the picture in a few minutes. But yeah, just wanted to throw a real quick shout out and say thank you to Joe Ridgely. Thank you for making this possible and letting me be a part of the group. Such an amazing group of people. There's just so much talent within the group. And I love how everybody kind of gravitates towards each other to sort of create this community of creativity, you know, and binds together and makes this cohesive entity where everybody supports each other and everybody just has different skill sets. I mean, it all works together. I think that's really cool. But again, you know, just wanted to throw a special thanks out to Joe Ridgely for making this happen and letting me be a part of the escape. So yeah, you can see how I've drawn the, I've done like a little special effects drawing. When you unfold the paper, you can see the innards of the, the innards of the clown, so to speak. Yeah, a lot of these videos are gonna go by pretty quick, so I'll try to stay in syncopation with it. I like the way the eyes kind of look. They kind of look like Conrad Veidt in the Man Who Smiles movie, the old silent movie from back in the day. Kind of has that wall-eyed look, and there's just something extra creepy about that. And I love how Bill Skarsgård, you know, kind of pulled that off. And of course, next up we've got The Thing. I got into doing this kind of stuff because obviously it escapes me now, but someone quite some time ago had suggested, you know, maybe you should do shows or like videos, you know, where, you know, you're drawing pictures, you know, people see how they actually see the artwork manifest itself in front of them. And I thought, well, I don't see how that would be very exciting, you know, because I mean, especially, you know, just sitting there drawing, it takes a long time, it's a tedious process. I could see people getting bored with it really quick, you know, because sometimes I get bored with it and I've got to walk away from it for a while. But then I got the idea, well, wait a minute, what if I were to speed up the footage? Maybe that might make it a little more exciting, you know, because it'll look like it's happening really fast, you know, and it might keep people's attention a little more. So that's what I started experimenting with. I've done several, you know, different drawings, and I have several other pieces of artwork. Some of the video quality is not all that great, so I won't torture anybody any more than necessary with those. But I had an action cam that's since taken a dump, but you know, I'd kind of mount it on my head, and you know, I didn't have a monitor, so I would have to, it was all guesswork, you know, so I'd have to pray that, you know, while this thing's up on my baseball cap and I'm sitting here drawing, you know, my head's moving, I'm hoping that I'm getting the footage the way it's supposed to be. I hope I'm catching everything. Yeah, I mean, but it seemed to work out, you know, pretty decently. I always was enthralled with this particular movie poster, you know, where the guy's standing there with the winter, he's got the parka on and lights emitting from his face. And it's just got that real mysterious look to it. I was always really taken by that movie poster, like from an early age. I just thought it was really cool. Of course, my favorite line from The Thing is, "You gotta be f***ing kidding." Or no, what's the other one where he comes in? Come on, nothing. What do you mean nothing? Get a hold of somebody. Get a hold of anybody. We gotta report this mess. Yeah, but definitely The Thing is among some of the best classics, some of the best horror classics out there. Really a fun piece to do, you know. And to be honest with you, I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out using charcoal on a gray tone paper, but it does pretty good. I'm just very pleased that I got lucky and was able to catch most of the footage. It's quite choppy, as you can see, but I think it's still kind of cool, you know. It captures the important stuff anyway. course, I had to superimpose the opening title effects for the drawing to give it a little bit of authenticity, you know. Here we've got experimental Halloween footage, speed art. Same concept. Sorry about the choppy video there. I don't know what's going on. But, yeah, same concept, you know, just basically taking an iconic piece of artwork that people readily recognize from the movie, drawing it out. And this part right here, you can see I was experimenting with the superimposing the actual footage from the movie over top of the speed art, and I think for the most part it kind of I could see where it would make a person sick, but the idea is there, you know. I'm sure these days I'd find a better way to do it. But yeah, definitely Halloween, one of the greatest slasher movies of all time. That, the original Friday the 13th, and Psycho, 1960. Definitely among my favorites. But again, another tone gray paper, white charcoal, black charcoal. Just experimentation. I hadn't, up to this point anyway, I hadn't really used charcoal that much. And I'd seen some examples online of things that other people had done, and I thought, well, let me try that. I think it turned out okay for someone, you know, who's a little wet behind the ears, so to speak, in that area. I think it turned out pretty good. And you can see what I'm trying to do. You can see what I tried to accomplish there. Halloween. Screen went blank, much like my mind does occasionally. Trying to capture all those important highlights with the white, you know, little details like the flare coming off the tip of the blade. It's amazing how much importance it actually adds to the artwork. Batman, this is going to go by pretty quick, but this is one of the first times I started messing around on iPad and tablet drawing. I hadn't really done it up to this point, you know, and it's amazing what you can learn on YouTube and just watching other people and what they do, and you can come up with some really cool stuff. That's one of my preferred methods of drawing now, is on iPad and tablet artwork. There it is, Batman. iPad work. Real fun to work with. And of course the equipment has advanced exponentially since that time. Able to do a lot more things and discover a lot more things. Oh, this is kind of cool. We got the Werewolf Animation to bring in the tattoo design that I did. This particular werewolf tattoo design, someone commissioned me to do it. They paid me a deposit. They never got the art. They never got the tattoo. And but I think it turned out pretty good. I'm a big werewolf guy. For those who know me, I love werewolves. Wolfman, lycanthropy, all that kind of stuff. I don't know, it's just really cool. Love the leering at you. Up in the grill leer. Slowly backing away. It's cool how you can supplement animation just by moving the camera around. Alright, here we go. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned this. No, I don't think I mentioned it earlier, but yep, there's a sorry excuse for a Pennywise. That was brief, thank you. This is Yoda from the Star Wars animated series. And you can tell at that particular time I was really enamored with the whole toned gray paper and white charcoal, black charcoal. I really wanted to experiment quite a bit with that method and freeze frame there. And here we go, Friday the 13th. One of my aforementioned favorite slasher movies. Yeah, but what I was saying earlier about the iPad art, I had a really strong opportunity to utilize that iPad work and computer graphics when I was doing promotions for The Beast Comes at Midnight. And speaking of that, special shout out to Ed McKeever, Big Ed McKeever, and his son Mike, Mad Mike McKeever, Todd Oifer, those guys over at Showtown American Pictures. Got a really beautiful piece of work coming out real soon. The Beast Comes at Midnight. And, you know, shout out to Chris Jackson and the crew over at Cineview. They did a really good job filming that movie. And everybody involved, Kyle Oifer, Samantha, Dylan, Madeline, all of them. Those kids are great. You know, I'm really honored to be able to say that I am in that movie with those guys. Everybody's just really cool. Very professional, very courteous. It was just an overall awesome experience. Showtown American Pictures. And they've got some new stuff coming out too that's really going to be awesome and amazing. And I'll be helping out with the promo work on that project as well. Really good stuff. It's a really, really good time to be creative. It's just really nice to see how everybody works together and everybody's cool with promoting each other and, you know, getting the word out. One hand washes the other hand, both hands wash the face. That's my philosophy. I think it's great, you know, that everybody, you know, acts as a cohesive entity and supports each other. But yeah, Friday the 13th, Jaysen. Yet another charcoal. Making a little bit of a mess there. But it's getting done. So it's Jaysen comes back, makes an appearance. Thanks for watching. This one is really cool. This was actually something that Vincent DeSanti wanted me to do. He handpicked the screenshot from his short film Never Hike Alone. And of course, I had offered to do like a little speed video for him, but I wasn't quite sure if he would go for it. But he did. He's like, "Hey, can you do this picture right here?" And he showed me this. Basically, what you see right here is a duplicate of the screenshot that he gave me, that he wanted me to replicate. And yeah, I just put this together for him, and I can't remember if he used it or if he posted it somewhere or what have you, but I ended up giving him the original artwork, and he did have it framed, and he hung it in his office, so that was pretty cool. He's going pretty far with that project. If I'm not mistaken, I think they've got a feature-length sequel coming out. Going to be hard-pressed to get in the actual Friday the 13th movies because of this silly court case that's going on. But at any rate, it's some of the fan films some of the fan films, in my opinion, are a lot better than the actual studio offerings. But this was a fun piece. This was a really fun piece, and the editing was also really fun, putting a lot of effects to it, little flash jump scare type things, you know, making it really exciting, dramatic. I liked it. I really enjoyed doing this piece, and it's not charcoal. How about that, huh? Anyway, there it is, Never Hike Alone logo, and that's the replicate of the artwork, or the screenshot he sent me. Okay, we're going to take a look at some of the other stuff that I got. Once again, Werewolf. You know, that was an abandoned comic book project I did back in the day, as you can see. 1996, I wound up selling the artwork to a buddy of mine. But yeah, I sent examples of my work into all major comic book companies, and a couple of the companies responded. But for the most part, I didn't hear anything. This comic book was really cool. It was a blank comic book cover, and I actually had to draw. It was drawn onto the blank covers. And what's really cool about this particular piece is it was auctioned off at a charity event for a mother who I guess had just lost a child or something, and they were holding a charity event, and this book auctioned off for a little over $200, and that money went to help her out. I don't know if it was for funeral expenses or food or rent or, well, I don't know. It was just, it was nice to know that something that I did was able to help somebody out. 3D Scorpion, yes. This was my first attempt at using watercolor pencils. I'd never used them before this, but I think I had a pretty good bead on how to do it. So I wanted to do something a little different. Saw some 3D drawings and was really impressed with them and wanted to try my own. So yeah, this one here, yeah, that's a nightmare. You're basically looking at a manipulated photo of a sculpture that I did, a clay sculpture. I wasn't even able to finish it. I wasn't able to finish it, and I destroyed it accidentally. So that's tragedy. It's a very, very tragic story. But you can see the detail in the forehead, and you can see where the crack is starting. And I did the best I could to try to salvage it, but it just wasn't in the cards. But I think it works out pretty good for this particular piece of artwork. At least not all is lost, put it that way. Rob Zombie. This was I copied a latex mask. It was like at a hobby shop or something like that, and they were selling a latex mask of Rob Zombie, and I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. So I snapped a picture of it and just sort of took it home and sketched it out. Color pencils, and this one's kind of silly. Yeah, this one, I'm gonna admit, this one's dumb. This one's pretty dumb. PlayStation controller that morphs into an assault weapon and it's blowing the head off of a zombie. I don't know what I was thinking. I just, I wanted to do something. I guess I was just wanting to practice more on the iPad because it's completely digitally drawn. And yeah. Blood Messiah. Yeah, man, this is really cool. This is from my buddy Ron Palmer's band. Death metal recording project, Blood Messiah. He come to me and wanted me to do something really evil for his CD case. And I think they ended up using it on the actual CD, and they used another artist's work for the album cover. But I think melded together, it worked out pretty good. Evil Gunslinger. As you can tell, this is when I started making the transition more and more into digital art. Basically just doing more and more iPad art and tablet work, and getting really familiar with the stylus and how it works and all that kind of stuff. See, that's the thing. I never took lessons from anybody doing this kind of work. I was basically just self-taught. So it's a lot of trial and error. This right here was done with pen and ink, as also digital media. It's a replica of the, as you can see, Return of the Living Dead Part 2 movie poster. And but yeah, I've got a little collection of a lot of the stuff that I've done in this little shot right here. And I'm always open for commissions. I'm always open to do work. If you have a project you need help with, I'm always available. And again, I want to say thank you to Joe and David Lee Madison, Scott Schiaffo, Gabe, Jaysen, Ray, Daniella, CJ, everybody. It's just really nice to be a part of the family. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. and I'll see you next time.